Hey team, welcome to February. I hope this video finds you happy, healthy, and that you've had a great start to the year. This is a really important video and a message that we don't start usually talking about this until towards the end of a year or into the next year. And because of that, it creates problems, it creates weaknesses. And so I wanted to buck the trend and I wanted to start talking about this particular subject really early in the year in the hope that many of you, all of you, can avoid any pain, frustration and anxiety in January next year. Okay, so I want to talk to everybody who is a supervisor, but if you're not already a supervisor, the chances are that's probably your initial goal to get there to maximum 50% discount. And so I'd encourage you to watch this anyway, because the sooner you understand what I'm about to talk about, the more prepared you can be for it, the less chance there is of you ever having to suffer any anxiety around the thing I'm going to talk about. Okay, so we all know supervisor is the place to be in Herbalife. Once you're a supervisor, you get your maximum 50% discount on all the products. It means that you can make your maximum commissions on any downline you have, on any PCXs you have. You can get the commission checks coming in. And it also means that if you develop supervisors within your downline, you're also eligible for royalties. Okay, so you unlock 3 streams of income when you reach the supervisor level in Herbalife. And you know, getting there is one thing, staying there is something that we don't talk about enough, and it's really the purpose of this video, right? The same with every level in Herbalife, okay, above supervisor. Once you reach that level, it's our job to re-qualify that level every single year, okay? And now the Herbalife year the Herbalife year runs from February 1st to January 31st. Okay, there's a whole bunch of reasons for that, but can you imagine if our re-qualification year ended at the same time as the calendar year and it was all wrapped up in Christmas and the New Year and all the rest of it? Then it'd be even harder for people to focus. So what Herbalife do is they go, well, I tell you what, let's make our end of year January 31st. So that all the distributors, all the supervisors can take advantage of the bumper month that January usually is. So that means that once you become a supervisor, or if you are a supervisor, we start our re-qualification, okay, to keep our supervisor status, to keep our 50% buy-in privileges. We start it on February the 1st. Okay, we then have 12 months until January the 31st to meet the requirements in order to keep our supervisor privileges, right? Now, there's different ways that you can re-qualify supervisor. And in this video, I'm not going to go through each of those ways. I'm going to focus on one specifically. But what I will do is in the first comment on this video, I'll put the details, okay? It's a picture that comes out from Herbalife all the time, which explains to you the 3 different ways that you can re-qualify or maintain your supervisor status. And also helps you understand the differences, because the different ways mean different things. Okay, so let me talk about the most important one that I think everybody could focus on. And if everybody focused on this one, then you wouldn't need to worry about anything else. Okay, one of the ways that you can re-qualify your supervisor status, your 50% buy-in privileges, is to achieve 10,000 points over the 12-month period. Okay, so we're a few days into February right now. If you've already got 50, 100, 200, 500 points on the board, you're already chipping away at that 10,000 that you need between now and the 31st of January next year in order to keep all of your supervisor privileges, right? Every volume point counts, and not just your personal orders, but the orders from your team as well who aren't already supervisors. It all counts towards that 10,000. Now you can at any time, you can log onto your My Herbalife website, and I'm not going to explain to you exactly how to do that in this video, but again, I'll put the instructions in the comments below. You can log on at any time and see how much you've chipped away at that 10,000. And so if you want to keep this really simple, right, if you're looking for a baseline figure to be aiming for every single month, if you want to keep your 50%, if you want to keep your downline supervisors year after year so that you can build and build and build and build and build, It's very simple, okay? A target of 1,000 volume points per month, right? Over the 12 months, that would get you to 12,000. Now that's 2,000 more than you need, but here's what I know, 26 years around Herbalife, is that if we shoot for 1,000, some months we're gonna do more and some months we're gonna fall a little bit short. That extra 100 or so, 200 or so that's there that we, that make it 1,000, it means on the months we fall short, we're still not that much off track. But it also means if every month you're coming in under 1,000, every month you're under it, okay, you're a little bit closer to that fine line between achieving the 10,000 you need and not achieving the 10,000 you need to keep everything that you get as a supervisor. And so from this point going forward, and I really appreciate, right, if you watch this video, give it a thumbs up, because the more thumbs up this video gets, the more I can rest at ease that all of you understand this, rather than getting to November, December, January next year, and then you see the flyer, and then you go, I didn't realize there was a requalification, and then you go, oh, I'm so far behind where I need to be, and that's where the stress and the anxiety and the frustration can kick in. So once I know you've given this a thumbs up, right, and by the way, if you have any questions, just comment on this, because I want to make sure that you understand it crystal clear. Or if you want to drop me a message, drop me a private message as well. Give it a thumbs up. And if you're already a supervisor with supervisors in your downline, you've got to do that 10,000, right? All the other ways so that you can keep your supervisors in your downline. And it's important that, you know, when you get a supervisor, maybe we can keep this video pinned somewhere so that when you get a supervisor, you can tag them in this and we can make sure they know about this straight away. So last point, right? And not to confuse the issue, but this video is recorded on the 2nd of February, right? If you qualify supervisor after the 31st of January, right? So even if you qualified on the 1st of February, the whole of your first year, the remainder of that first year as a supervisor is free, okay? You actually won't need to re-qualify until 2 years from now. If you qualify in August, right, then you get the rest of that year free. And then your re-qualification would start on February 1st of the following year. Right, so if you're watching this after January 31st, you've just qualified supervisor, don't worry, you've got a long time before you need to worry about requalifying, but understand your target should still be the same. Even as a brand newly qualified supervisor, 1,000 volume a month is that benchmark. And if you're brand new, maybe 1,000 seems like a lot to do in a month. Listen, it's only a handful of customers. It's only a little step up from what you've been doing to get to supervisor in the first place. So don't be scared by it, don't be put off by it, but it's important you understand it. It's important that you take it on board. And one of the things I'd encourage you to do every single month is just look at your own requalification status. How much have I done? How far away am I from that 10,000 volume? And if you have ever have any questions, just ask your sponsor, ask your upline, comment on this video, and we can check for you if we need to. Okay, by starting this conversation so early in the year, and I'm going to schedule posts to go in here every single month to bring it to our attention. We're hoping that come January 31st next year, there's not people who are stressed and anxious and frustrated that they're having to try and chase the last volume down in order to requalify. Herbalife should be fun, simple, magical. And if we just know this and understand this, take it on board and work towards it, there's no reason why we can't all keep and maintain our own supervisor status, and all of our supervisors do the same too. Any questions, post below. Have a great Herbalife year.